International Relations and Cooperation Minister Ronald Lamola is once again sought to clarify that the Americans did not boycott the two-day gathering.
I have repeatedly answered this question that they have not boycotted the South African G20. What has happened is that Mr. Rubio, who is my counterpart from the US, has stated that he will not attend, and you are aware of the reasons that he has stated. But they have still delegated somebody at a particular level to attend. And in this meeting, we had the charge d'affaires from the USA mission or embassy in South Africa, Ms. Dana Brown, who participated on behalf of the USA.
The G20 top diplomats are concerned about the instability in certain parts of the world.
Stressed that the ongoing conflicts across the globe are detrimental to economic development and the attainment of SDGs. The impact of wars on education and health was highlighted as a major concern by some participants. To this end, sustainable investments in conflict prevention and peace building was underscored. Concerning the ongoing conflict and wars in Africa, the Middle East and Europe, the meeting reiterated that all states must act in a manner consistent with the purpose and principles of the UN Charter.
Meanwhile, France has echoed the same sentiments on the reforms of the UN Security Council.
I'm here in Johannesburg for this first G20 on African soil to plead for the reform of the Security Council, for at least 2 seats, or for 2 seats of a permanent member of the Security Council for Africa with all associated privileges. That's why I pleaded for the reform of financial architecture in order for no country in the world to have to choose between the fight against poverty and the fight against the consequences of climate change.
Top diplomats also responded on South Africa versus Israel at the International Court of Justice on Gaza.
France supports international institutions, including the ICC and the ICJ, not only in the words, but also in the means. We're among the most important fund providers to those institutions that play a very important role in enforcing international law, and that work independently, and that should be able to, or that should keep working independently.
South Africa's G20 presidency has also received support from key partners in the continent.
We are very excited to be supporting South Africa, representing Africa actually, in the G20. Very, very important for us. We are the knowledge partner for the African Union. We are the knowledge partner for the South Africa in their own chairmanship of this G20. Very, very exciting. Because at this point in time, there are many issues. There are issues of debt, which is exceeding $1.1 trillion for Africa alone, and the payment of interest is way above $100 billion every year. We are also having issues of access to concessional financing. We are having issues of climate change. And the climate change at this point in time is actually costing Africa 5% of GDP.
The G20 finance ministers will meet later in Cape Town this month. Khumalo, SABC News, Johannesburg.